Hi guys, Rusty here. So, getting ready to do a long trip, and I figured I would go over some of the things I do, or at least pack on my bike for roadside emergencies, or maybe I can help somebody else out on the road. Some of these tools and stuff might not be necessarily for my bike. Like I carry metric Allen wrenches, but there's no metric Allen wrenches on my bike, but a lot of metric cruisers out there, you might see on the side of the road or have somebody riding with you. Not a bad idea to carry a set, and they're usually pretty small. But let's dig into what I carry on my bike, especially for a long trip. So I keep a little portable air compressor with me. They're fairly inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon for like, I think it was like 20 bucks. But I also tape the ends of my air compressor because if you've ever had one of these rattling around in your saddlebag, the fuse will unscrew out of it, and you lose pieces of it. So it can be a nightmare. So every time I use it, I just tape the end of it up to keep it on there. I carry a small uh, first aid kit, and the reason I carry first aid kits because obvious. I mean, you never know what you're going to run into, and as part of that first aid kit, pretty much most bikers I know would carry liquid bandage, better known as super glue. So that's another thing I carry that's a little odd. In my air compressor kit, I also carry tire plugs. It sucks when you're on the road and you get something in your tire and all you want to do is limp down to the next place you can get a tire for your bike. But something I can throw in a saddlebag and keep on rolling. Flashlight, that's a handy thing to keep around. This is going to seem weird. I carry an absorbent cloth because every day I go outside and it's dewed or rained or whatever, bike's soaking wet. You can wipe it down with that and it absorbs all the water off of it, and yeah, it keeps the bike from raining on you for the next 20 miles. And I use that pretty much almost every day because I ride to work a lot and I get caught in all that. I keep a quart of oil on my bike. I also keep sunscreen as well. Keep a small multimeter for electrical issues. We've all had some sort of electrical nightmare in our life. Number 3 Phillips, because that's the only way to get a seat off of these bikes with a tour pack on it. It's easier if you got a long one. I also keep electrical tape. I always keep a roll of electrical tape with me, and I keep a small thing of duct tape with me. That helps band-aid them little small fixes. In my toolkit, I keep a spare shifter linkage, a shifter rod, and where's that? And an inner shifter arm. These things are very prone to go out on a Harley, and when you're on a long trip, you may not have that dealer locally by, and I've seen a lot of people tie wrapping or duct taping their linkage together just to get down the road. I think it was about $40 worth of parts, maybe. I don't even think it was that much. It's just easier to throw it in your tool roll. I carry 2 spark plugs, a small roll of wire, small tire gauge. I carry tie wraps. I have a pair of wire strippers, a crimp tool for mechanical lugs, a small pair of vice grips, crescent wrench, and channel locks. Then I carry a set of wrenches, 5/8 all the way down to I think it's 3/8, and then I also carry a 10mm because Harley front brakes use a 10mm, and a couple other odd little bolts on there are 10mm in the suspension. I carry Allen sockets, and I keep these up to a 3/8, and I think the smallest, yeah, is 1/8. I got a 1/8 through 3/8 Allen socket. I do star bits as well, which I think I go from a T15 to a T45 or 47. Carry a ratchet. I carry a 6-inch extension and a 3-inch extension. I also carry regular Allen hex keys. I carry regular Allen star bits, and I carry metric Allens. So standard, metric, and star bits I carry a full set on. And I carry a 10-in-1 screwdriver. I'm an electrician by trade, so this ought to look very familiar if you're familiar with the electrical world. Klein tools, they're very handy. Yeah, all these tools, man, and I carry the sockets the same size as my wrenches, so I carry the 5/8 all the way down to 3/8 plus a 10mm. And yeah, this has always been a fail-safe. It's got pretty much everything I need to break down on the side of the road and limp to wherever I need to be, unless it's something catastrophic like I blow a motor or a set of wheel bearings go out. I'm not going to pull a wheel on the side of the road. I've had that happen. I lost a set of wheel bearings in Canada, and I limped it to a dealer and had it replaced. And I didn't know of any local shops up there that was independent, so I had to go to the dealer. And it hurt a little bit, but it didn't spoil my trip. We had fun anyways. But I highly recommend going through all your nuts and bolts on your bike and just kind of seeing what it is it takes to require to break it down. And with this basic hand tool kit, I can pretty much tear anything down, apart on my motorcycle and not really have much of a problem. It ain't as fancy as having a nice air compressor sitting there like I'm used to using, but I can do it nonetheless. Now I also keep a goodie bucket, and I know everybody has them little odds and ends stuff that they carry, but I've got a lot of little weird items I carry. I keep all the little crep lugs. I told you I carry a crep tool, set of filler gauges just in case I need them for capping a plug or whatever, hardware for my shifter linkage. My key fob for my motorcycle takes these little flat batteries. I keep a couple of them because I just like having extra batteries for them. I don't like having to put that code in. The little relay for the start relay on the bike. I carry, this is Velcro tape, and it's like wire looming, and it's like tape. It can be handy for a multitude of things, so I keep a little small roll of it. I keep a set of brake caliber bolts, because if you ever have to change your brakes on the side of the road and you drop and lose one of these bolts, you're going to kick yourself until you get somebody to go ride to the store and get you a bolt. I also carry a spare set of bolts for my battery. If you ever have to disconnect your battery to work on the electrical system when you're on the side of the road, and you ever drop one of these little suckers down in your bike and can't find it, yeah, you're kind of screwed at that point, and it's handy to have an extra one of these, if not a pair. And I've changed my batteries out a couple times, so I usually have a couple laying around, because when you buy Harley batteries, they give you new bolts to go with it. And I don't really like aftermarket batteries in these bikes. The terminals don't fit exactly right, and you end up with charging problems, and it's just, I like the terminals better, so I do pony up the little extra cash for factory batteries for that bike. Carry a small fuse puller, a main fuse, and I carry a variance of all the fuses in my fuse box. I keep 2 of each, just in case you put one in and figure out there really is a problem. You go find it, and then you got a replacement. So I know that seems like a gratuitous amount of stuff to carry on a bike at a time. But like this trip I'm going on, it's going to be somewhere between, if I was to guesstimate, probably 3,000 to 5,000 miles. And I'm going to be an awful long ways from home. And I don't like being stranded. And if I am out stranded, I don't want to feel helpless. So these are the things that make me feel more comfortable. And believe it or not, all this stuff compacts down and fits in a saddlebag. And I split it between my saddlebags so it distributes the weight, so it's not quite so bad on one side or the other. And then I also keep a set of leather chaps and rain gear. I think that's pretty much a given. And I carry a full face helmet for them days you get caught out in the rain, because it sucks when you're wearing a half helmet and you're having to tie a bandana or something around your face to protect you a little bit, and you end up waterboarded. So yeah, these are the things I carry to make my life a little better, and it's worked out real well. I've done quite a few of these long trips, and luckily anytime anybody's broke down or something, I've had the tool for it. So yeah, I suggest going through your motorcycle and finding out what kind of things that you can use, and make sure that you can get everything on your motorcycle that is critical, things that you could do on the side of the road. I mean, you don't have to tear the bike down and rebuild it on the side of the road, but you know, if you have repair shifter linkage, or your exhaust vibrates loose, we've had that happen before, bolts fall out and whatever. These are all things that can be repaired and keep on moving and minimize your downtime on your trip. Maybe it gets you to your hotel for the night, or campground, or whatever the case may be. So anyways, if you carry something I don't, that maybe I'm missing, please put it down in the comments and let me know, and we'll either figure out if that's a match for my bike, or if that's something that's maybe more proprietary to your bike. Anyways, hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.